In this video, I'm going to share with you what every new essential oil user needs to know in order to use essential oils effectively to get the outcomes that we're looking for. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Stacey Paulson. I am essential oil educator. I am the mother of 6 amazing children, and I've been using essential oils for over 13 years. And we have only gone to the doctor once for sick care in that time frame. Of course, we've been for other things, broken bones, stitches staples in our head, but I've learned a few things that are key in order to really use them effectively. So stick around with me because I'm going to be covering what you need to have on hand in order to use them, different ways that you need to know how to use them, how frequently to use them, and then also what do you do if you're not getting the results that you're looking for. Okay, so let's start off with the first thing that you need to have in order to be successful. So maybe you ordered a few essential oils, or you started with a kit of different oils, or maybe you just have one. A key to this is making sure that you have a resource guide. This isn't something that you need to memorize, like you use this for this. No, I mean, in today's age with the digital access to so many things, that you just want to have a really good resource guide, one that you're confident in, that you feel good about. I will put in the description a link to some of these that I share with you. And just know you can go on Amazon, right, and find a good resource guide. The ones that I really love, they come from, let's see, it's called The Essential Life. And there's different ones. There's the big old book, and you can pretty much look up anything in here. You can look up the oil that you specifically have, and then what it's good for, what its top uses are for, different ways to use it, what it's good to blend with, safety precautions for that. So for instance, Melissa essential oil, top uses: fevers, cold and viral infections, cold sores, herpes, and fever. It just goes through a bunch of things. Because essential oils have hundreds of different compounds, they're good for multiple different things. So you can look it up that way, what your oil is good for, and then think, okay, what do I have? What am I trying to address? How could I use this oil that I just purchased for different things? And then you can also just look up maybe your health goal or the health challenge that you're dealing with. So maybe you're dealing with, maybe it's a first aid issue, right? So maybe you have you want an insect repellent. You're going outdoors. You can look up in here what oils you could use in there. And in the resource, there will be multiple oils that you can use. And that's why we recommend get a kit, get a stash of oils on hand, because generally if you start with a good stash, I have my top 10 essential oils that I think everyone should have in their home. If you have those on hand, then when you're looking up something to meet a health need or an emotional need, that you most likely will have one of those oils on hand. And you don't need to choose all of them because they'll give you multiples, but just pick one and then start using it. So there's the big guide. There's smaller ones that might go like in a backpack, go with you. There's even smaller ones that might, travel with. You can get from different companies. Like I said, I like the Essential Life app. There's so many of them. I love this book from Eric Zielinski, Healing Power of Essential Oils. So he has a lot of great recommendations in there, but really just finding one that you like. Also, what I really like now is having an app on hand. So I use the Essential Life app. I also have one that's a Modern Essentials app. I have Essential Oils for Emotions, and they're all apps just on my phone. So I can quickly just look up something that might come up, and it will tell me what I should use, how to use it. If oftentimes people will ask me, what do you use for this? What do you do for that? And I honestly just go to the app, I will screenshot that, and I will send that to them. Now, if I have a personal experience, like I've dealt with that specific thing, maybe it was like head tension, which I used to deal with. And that's one of the reasons I started using essential oils, is I was having this extreme head tension that wasn't going away. What I was using was giving me some side effects, and I was concerned like I was on this road to bigger challenges, right? And so the essential oils that I started using helped to get to the root cause of that challenge. And so I have a specific protocol that I use now. And so if somebody asks me specifically for things that I've dealt with, or friends, family, customers, clients that I've had, that I know specifically they've used this protocol, then I will share that. But mostly it comes from the book, because we have so much research now on what essential oils do, the chemical constituents within those. Are they calming? Are they invigorating? Do they help you to focus? Do they help to relieve inflammation or tension? That we know these things. And so just having a resource, and I really do like the app. I will link up the app that I use down in the description. I think it's $4.99 for the year. And then when there's updates, it just automatically updates. So I love that. So number one, you want to have a resource. The second thing is that you want to know how to use the essential oils. There's 3 different ways to use essential oils. One is aromatically. So that's breathing them in. So in your resource guide, it will tell you which way to use that oil, or it might have multiple ways to use it. So there's aromatically, topically, or internally. And it will say, okay, maybe for sleep, lavender is great for sleep. The chemical constituents in there, linalool specifically, is very calming. And so it might say in there you could use it aromatically. Breathe it in. You put it in your diffuser by your nightstand, or maybe you make a little spritz, or just put some in your hands and breathe it. Or maybe you're just breathing it directly from the bottles. So for sleep, it might say put it on topically. Well, where would I put it topically? Some great places to put them topically would be on your pulse points. So like in your wrists, on the bottom of your feet, on your neck, the back of your ears. You could put it on your brain stem, or wherever it makes sense, where maybe you have, I've been getting rid of a skin tag right here. So it makes sense to put that on topically right there. So I've been using oregano and frankincense, and it is almost gone. You can use them topically and then internally. Now this is specific to the brand and also specific to the oil. For instance, lavender. If it is a 100% purely lavender essential oils. This wasn't made synthetically in a laboratory, so it smells like lavender. This isn't adulterated, meaning that they've made combinations of things or diluted in some kind of capacity, right? If you trust the oils that you're using, there are certain oils that you can use internally. It will say on the bottle. Now, if you have a bottle of essential oil that's, for instance, lavender, that you should be able to use internally safely, and it says not for internal use, that right there is a trigger to you that that's probably not a pure oil, or they're not sure that it's pure oil. I wouldn't buy that brand. I wouldn't trust my health to something like that. You can use them aromatically, topically, or internally. Why would we use them internally? So it depends. Like maybe you have some digestive things going on. Maybe you have inflammation throughout your body, some kind of systemic thing. Maybe you're trying to support hormone balance or support your immune system, your metabolism, right? Some of those things would just make sense to put them or use them internally. So using your resource guide, you will look up your health goal. Then it will tell you which oils you could try. You pick the one that you have on hand, and then it might tell you multiple ways to use it. You could use it all 3 ways. Or it might say just use it this way, topically or aromatically or internally, right? So that helps you to know and really become an expert on using the oils that you purchased. And then if something comes up that you don't have like that oil on hand, that's okay. You can purchase that and just know that that's available. So number 3, how often or how much do you use? Less is better if you're using a pure, potent essential oil. So I had a friend, she worked in a pharmacy, but she was in the wellness part of that. And so she sold a lot of natural products, and one of those was essential oils. She had her first child and was trying to help him to sleep. He was having a hard time sleeping. And so she saw in her wellness area that essential oils she was told that they were good for that. So she purchased the oil from that wellness center that she was working at, and would diffuse it. And she said it took like 15 to 20 drops to really see a difference. And so that had to do with the potency, right? And so once she started using a different brand of essential oils, she said, I use 2 to 3 drops and I get way better results. So there is a potency issue. So if we're talking 100% pure potent oils, generally it's 1 to 3 drops max when we're using them. So whether we're putting them on, taking them internally, putting them in our diffuser, breathing them in, small amounts do really well. Now, what frequency, like how often would I use them? If this is something that's more acute. So for instance, I fell while I was running and I had this scrape, right? So that was an acute thing. It came up. I'm not gonna be dealing with that scrape for the rest of my life type thing. It's not chronic. So you will want to put things on frequently, small doses frequently. So maybe 1 to 2 drops 3 to 4 times a day. If you still kind of a scratch in your throat, you could do a gargle 3 or 4, 5, 6 times a day. We don't have a limit. It's not like traditional things where you have to wait 6, 8 hours before you try some more, right? Like we can use these frequently throughout the day to work on those things that are more acute. Now, if it's something that you've been dealing with for a while, or that you're going to be dealing with, but you're trying to minimize some of the impact of something, then you want to set up a routine. And that might be morning and evening, that every day you do this. So I had a friend who was dealing with a lot of anxious feelings. And so she found what helped to alleviate those was that she would use an essential oil blend that she loved, and she would apply it to the bottom of her feet in the morning, and then in the afternoon, and then in the evening. And she said that that has been her routine that helps to alleviate those anxious feelings for her. So that's something that can help you. Now, my fourth one really is a bonus one, and this is if you're not getting the results that you want with your essential oils, there's some things that you can do to kind of up-level the oils that you have. And so I want to share those with you, but I'm going to have it in the next video, so you can go ahead and watch that. I'll link that up for you there. But these are the things that you need to know to be able to effectively use your essential oils. I'll put all the resources for beginners down in the description, and you can grab those. You can grab my essential oils guidebook, which has some great starter information, and be able to connect with other resources.